What's up, Team Tobias? Lane Haymont here with Ann Rose and Jackie Lipton for quelling your query conundrums. Jackie is a guest today because I'm not smart enough to handle this query. So, Ann, why don't you take us away?
Well, now my Alexa is screaming at me, so I have to tell her to stop. So hold on. I swear to God, I have to stop that alarm from going off. It goes off every day at this time because it's reminding me to pick up my kids, but my kids are not at school. It's summertime.
Oh, you finally got rid of them?
I did. I got rid of them. They're gone.
Good.
See you later, kids.
Where'd you drop them off? Woods, the lake?
They are upstairs. So,
okay.
But it's summer, so I don't have to go pick them up right now. So it's all good.
Ooh.
But yeah, so Jackie is joining us today. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And we're really excited to dive into some queries. It's been a hot minute because I was traveling and then Lane was traveling and then, it's been, how long has it been since we've done one of these? It feels like
5 years.
5 years? I don't know. So today I got into the inbox here and I grabbed a query out and I don't think we've done it before, but we aren't 100% sure if we've done this one before or not.
If we have done it before, it'll be hilarious to see us totally tear apart what we said before. So I would laugh if we did do it and then we're saying the exact opposite of what we said before.
It's possible. It is so possible. So Jackie's never heard it at the very least. So, we're going to get some new perspectives, even if we haven't. So I think we should just dive right in. What do you guys think? Oh, what, Lane?
First, I want to say at StokerCon, Linda D. Addison, the Linda D. Addison, who happens to be a client, told me that she watches this for her morning breakfast and she laughs her head off because Ann and I have such great chemistry and banter. So, Jackie, you have a lot to live up to.
Oh, that's setting the bar pretty high.
Yeah, no pressure.
Also, Linda, if you're listening, we hope you're enjoying your Cocoa Puffs. I actually have no idea what you eat, but I'm just imagining. Coffee? Well, when you have cereal and I don't know. I love cereal. I'm a cereal girl.
Yeah. What kind of cereal?
I love all the cereals. Like I have this.
What's your go-to?
I don't have a go-to because I love I love to try new cereals. I think that it's so fun that there's an entire aisle in the grocery store that's just cereal. I find it fascinating, which is probably why I always have like grocery store scenes in my books. And if you've read Amanda Dean, there's a grocery store scene in my book. So.
Okay.
So anyway, we hope you're having a wonderful morning, enjoying your coffee and getting your start for your day, right?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, Jackie, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so what we do is we're just going to read it once and then we kind of break it down and we read it again and like slowly we kind of go through it piece by piece. It's kind of generally how we do it. So you'll catch on. It'll be fun.
I've watched the show. That's why I wanted to be on it.
Excellent. Okay. All right, so here we go. Dear Agent, I'm excited to present, title, my adult BIPOC STEM-based rom-com inspired by Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice and complete at 75,000 words. This novel interweaves romance and academia like Love Hypothesis and Honey and Spice and will appeal to readers who enjoy endearing sisterly bonds. As a top honors graduate pursuing her master's, I don't know how to pronounce this. Renike. Renique? Renika? There's no, I don't know.
Reiki?
I should probably have prefaced this that I will pronounce things wrong as I'm reading because I am a terrible reader. But if you've watched the show, you already know that. So, Renique. I'm going to go with Renique.
Okay.
Renique doesn't believe in romantic relationships, unlike her sister who fully embraces them. Her dream is simple: earn a PhD from Johns Hopkins and work her way to becoming a Nobel Prize winner. But her well-laid plans take an unexpected turn when, in an effort to help her sister chase a campus crush, she enrolls in an analytics class only to fail the first test. She soon realizes that while she might be killing it in market research, the analytical aspects want her dead. Like any other overachieving Nigerian child with parents paying thousands for her to study abroad, she panics and asks her professor for a tutor. The tutor is none other than Rotimi. I don't like to use last names just in case. Then the annoyingly attractive baseball player, analytics whiz, and notorious snob, which is why Renique is positive that their tutory relationship will inevitably lead to error. See, this is why I should not read these. But when her failing grade threatens her assistantship, the only way of paying her rent, and her GPA a critical variable for her admittance into Johns Hopkins, she reluctantly accepts him as a tutor. What starts as a one-sided rivalry transforms into late-night drives, restaurant hopping, and bonding over classics. And as soon as she learns how to open her heart, she realizes that as soon as she learns to open her heart, she realizes that the matters of the heart are more complex than an analytics test. There is a bio paragraph, which expresses her connection to the work and why she should write it, I should not assume. And then that's it. Thank you for your time and consideration. Okay, so I get an F for reading this query. I have failed miserably, but the query did not fail, and let's go through it and talk about it. Sound good?
Sure.
Excellent. Okay, first paragraph. I'm excited to present title, my adult BIPOC STEM based rom-com inspired by Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice and completed at 70,000 words. This novel intervenes the academia like Love Hypothesis and Honey and Spice and will appeal to readers who enjoy endearing sisterly bonds. Thoughts?
I'm having a little trouble with how inspired by Pride and Prejudice goes with the Love Hypothesis and the STEM stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it can't, but I'm saying it sort of takes my mind into different directions. Did anyone else feel that?
Yeah, you're right. Because when I heard Pride and Prejudice, I thought Pride and Prejudice. And then when I heard the other titles, I was like, oh, I don't know what those are.
I know what they are, but
Okay.
I can see how you could. I think Jane Austen inspired by and retellings are overdone. I think the Love Hypothesis is very hot and trendy. So I'm just wondering if I would lean more into that, or if you're going to talk about that it was inspired by Pride and Prejudice, maybe add just a clause about what respect of Pride and Prejudice you're leaning into, maybe.
I think that's fair. I agree, because I wasn't quite sure where we were going with that either. So yeah, but the comps are good, and I mean, an adult BIPOC STEM based rom-com sounds interesting. So I think all of those things are really working well for this. I think it's also nicely paced if it's only 75,000 words. So I think that's really great. So lots of good things happening there, but maybe a little confusing. So just maybe a little tightening up, I think, would be great for this query. All right, here where I butcher the main character's name in the next paragraph. As a top honors graduate pursuing her master's, I'll just skip it so we don't have to relive that experience. She doesn't believe in romantic relationships. Unlike her sister, who fully embraces them, her dream is simple: earn a PhD from Johns Hopkins and work her way to becoming a Nobel Prize winner. But when her well-laid plans take an unexpected turn, in an effort to help her sister chase a campus crush, she enrolls in an analytics class only to fail the first test. She soon realizes that while she might be killing it in market research, the analytic aspects want her dead.
Does it say what the degree is in that she's pursuing?
She just wants to earn a PhD. That's it.
I think we need a clarity of what, because that really defines a person. Like, do you want a PhD in philosophy or a PhD in microbiology? Those two degrees give us an idea of two very different people.
Very true. Jackie, thoughts?
I think just agreeing with Lane, it would also give a bit of context to why the analytics course is so difficult. For example, I took psychology, but I couldn't do the statistics. I was terrible at it. So, given that we know it's STEM, part of me is like, why is analytics so hard for her? So if we know, but the thing I was going to say I really like is there's a lot of conflict built into the description. There's a lot of, she wants this, but this, then, it's like things butting up against each other. She clearly has a close relationship with her sister, but she's like this. And I think that might be the Pride and Prejudice thing, right? That the sister is like Jane. She's like a romantic, and the protagonist is like, fixated on the things she wants to do without a partner. And so I'm getting a sense of really good story conflict that is very authentic to the genre the author is writing in.
So for me, I am a little confused by this 1st
Mhm.
paragraph here. I get that she wants to earn a PhD and from John Hopkins, get a Nobel Prize. These are great goals. Like, I am here for that. I am not sure why she needs to enroll in an analytics class to help her sister with a crush. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Why? Why does she need to do that? And it also felt like she doesn't need this class. So, like, because it's an unexpected enrolling in this class. So, if she doesn't even need it, if she fails it, why doesn't she just drop it? Like, she could just drop the class. It won't affect her GPA. It won't affect anything else within her academic standings. So, I guess I'm not seeing what's anchoring her into this class, except that she wants to help her sister, which, again, very kind goal, but her goal is to get a PhD, go to John Hopkins, win a Nobel Prize, and this is stopping her from that. And literally the easiest thing would be like, oh, I'm just going to drop this class. I can help you some other way, sister.
And it's fueled by the patriarchy. It's about a man. It's a man. The sister says, go get this man for me. And she's going to give up her dream of becoming a genius to get a man for another woman.
I mean, it does say campus crush, so it doesn't specify gender.
But it later on says it's the baseball dude.
No. The sister has the campus crush. So she's in the class for the sister's campus crush, but we don't know who the campus crush is.
Oh, I assumed it was the baseball dude.
No, the baseball dude is the tutor for this class.
So then we totally forget about the
Sister
and the crush?
Correct, because it's mainly solely focused on her now passing this class.
Yeah, so that link needs to be stronger, as you said, Anne. It needs to be much clearer.
My agent brain!
As Lane is now exploding, there needs to be a clearer link.
I think there needs to be a clearer link because, I mean, we're getting a lot of information. You're right. There's a lot of push and pull, but the connections really aren't there for me to understand why we are anchoring into even taking this class and like why she needs to take this class, because it doesn't feel like it is part of what her goal is or her, school or whatever. So it'd be like if I decided, oh, I'm just going to go take calculus, but I don't really need calculus, but I'm failing it, so I get a tutor. Well, I could just drop the class if I don't need it.
And I guess one thing, and this is going more into the plot of the book, and I may be completely misreading the query, because I'm seeing the Pride and Prejudice angle. So the tutor is going to be your Mr. Darcy, who's going to be, et cetera, et cetera. So even putting aside your concern about why not drop the class, which is totally valid, she's going to meet this tutor. He's going to be sort of better than her or whatever it is, and they're going to have a sort of tempestuous, sparky relationship. But then maybe this might actually go back to sort of what Lane said. that if she has these lofty and important goals and her head is going to be turned because this tutor challenges her in some way. I mean, it depends how you do it on the pages, but I'd be a little concerned with, can she have the PhD and the dude too? I mean,
Right.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And then final thoughts too is that the last line really kind of confused me. She might be killing it in market research, but the analytic aspects wants her dead. I think that using those
The drafting.
terms, using those terms, and this makes me think. So, is there murder? Like, I don't think there is. I think it's trying to be powerful, but at the same time, it's making this a little bit more muddled and confusing.
And where does market research come in?
I'm guessing it has something to do with her PhD that we don't know what it's on.
Okay, so I'm not
Maybe
hearing things that aren't there.
No.
I
think we're missing a little bit of context. We're getting a little too much and not enough all at the same time. So,
okay.
Next paragraph. Like her overachieving like any other overachieving Nigerian child with parents paying thousands for her to study abroad, she panics and asks her professor for a tutor. The tutor is none other than Rotimi, the annoyingly attractive baseball player, analytic whiz, and notorious snob, which is why she is positive that the tutoree relationship will inevitably lead to an error.
I'm cutting in as someone who did actually attend college for some time. I'm trying to up the snob, because he's a snob. I don't know if teachers tell you to get to, or who to go to. I think teachers say get a tutor, and that's your problem. And I also find it hard. I kind of went to a jock school, maybe, so I can't picture a baseball star also being the whiz kid tutor, because isn't it like the stereotype and trope that the bozo baseball football players are like, I'm stupid, and everyone's like, oh, your D doesn't matter, you can still graduate so they can play on the field?
I'm thinking we're trying to subvert some of those stereotypes here. That would be my
guess.
Well, that wasn't explained to me, so now I'm all discombobulated and my world is exploding. I don't know what's going on. Up is down, left is right, raining cats and dogs.
Yeah, I would need to know, again, we kind of go back to the first paragraph. I need to know why she has to pass this class, because I'm not understanding why she needs to. So, and I think you bring up a point, about the tutor. Like, I agree. When I went to college, it was like, here you go do the work. Like, there was no, oh, let me find you a tutor. But I don't know,
it could be a TA. Like, it would make sense if the professor had teaching assistants and it was one of the TAs, but then just say teaching assistant.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I could go with that, because I think, isn't TA like something a lot of people do?
Yeah.
And if this character is such a snob, why is he tutoring?
That's a good point.
Right?
And if he's playing baseball, isn't his time taken up playing the sport?
Yeah, they call it two-a-days.
So I don't know. Like, I think there's just some connections that we're not quite getting here. And obviously we are like really ripping into this, but we're just, what we see. So here we go.
That's what we don't get paid for.
That's what we go.
Yeah.
But when her failing grade threatens her assistantship, which now this is the first time we've heard this term, and I don't even really understand what that is. The only way of paying her rent and her GPA, a critical variable for her admittance into Johns Hopkins, she reluctantly accepts the help of the tutor. What starts as a one-sided rivalry transforms into late-night drives. Not sure why it's a rivalry. All the romance things, love it. And as she learns to open her heart, she realizes whatever. So, but I don't see the stakes really. So
she's not at Johns Hopkins?
No, I guess this is to get into Johns Hopkins.
So are they high schoolers?
No. No, I mean, she's a college student. She wants to earn eventually a PhD from Johns Hopkins.
But we don't know what college she's at.
Right.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lot missing, and the stuff that is there that we don't need. Am I misinterpreting this, Anne?
I was looking
Jackie?
to Jackie, so
I think I do think that's right, because I like, as I said, I like that it's set up her goals. And I think to some extent the stakes are set up because her parents are supporting her and she needs to succeed. But then the connection of the sort of the obstacles to those goals isn't quite clear. So, like, we didn't see why she needed to take the course. We don't fully understand why this tutor TA person would be a rival. We don't know what her assistantship is, although I assume she's a research assistant as part of her undergrad. But again, it's not. So I think what Anne said about like too much and not enough, I think the building blocks are there, because you've said character, goals, there's a certain level of stakes there already, and her love for her sister but then we lose the sister halfway through. So I think the start is good, but then it sort of goes a little tangential to probably the meat of the story.
And what I'm missing from this is, where's the offer of a bribe?
What? Oh,
To represent it. I mean, not even some cookies?
you want a bribe in here?
That's a joke. People are going to be all over Twitter saying Lane's asking for bribes.
Yes, he's gonna be like, they take bribes to. No, that's not how it works. Though I do like cookies.
Depends on the cookie.
Does it though? Really? Would you really say no to a cookie?
Would you eat a fruit and bug cookie?
Oh, come on.
That's not a cookie.
Yeah, it is. They make cookies out of bug powder stuff. Yeah.
Where are you finding these fruit and bug cookies?
Trader Joe's. Go to Trader Joe's. I guarantee you can find like insect flour for cookies.
Mm-hmm. Or you could go to the back of my cupboard, which probably has a really old bag of flour in there that probably has bugs in it.
I don't think we should be claiming that any big store has bug flour, just to be clear.
I don't mean as in like flour that's so old that has bugs in it. I mean literally flour made out of bugs.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you that. Yeah.
Oh, I'd eat that. I'd eat a cookie like that.
And you're fired. I'm kidding.
Hey,
of course,
I'm just saying that I wouldn't say no. I would try it. I'd try the bug cookie and let you know if I liked it or not. So, especially if it had fruit in it.
When we go to LA for our trip,
okay,
we are gonna go to. I will find some kind of place, and you will eat bugs.
No. I do.
What's the difference? Bug cookies, bugs.
Flour made from bugs into a cookie. So that is what I agreed to.
It would be a cookie made out of bugs.
No. That's
yes. That's what we're talking about.
But that wasn't that's not what you said at all. Now you're just changing the rules.
No, flour made out of bugs.
Okay, so that's what the cookie has to be made out of. The flour has to be made from bugs, but there can't be bugs in the cookie. There's no bugs in the cookie.
Flour is bugs.
That's fine.
So the entire cookie is bugs.
I don't know. I don't think you're going to find this item. So I'm really not worried about it.
As soon as we hop off, I'm going to go to Amazon and it'll be at Whole Foods.
No. We have to go and it has to be fresh baked. It has to be from a bakery. Like these are...
Oh, from a bakery?
Yeah. Like...
That's kind of fancy though. That's really fancy.
Yeah.
See, Jackie, this is what happens when you join Quelling Your Query Conundrum.
Right. I mean, I think these are important questions to ask. And I'm apologetic that I can't contribute more on the bug cookie domain, particularly as I am a representative of our lizard overlords, and lizards probably would eat bug cookies, but I just feel at a loss.
You could eat the cookies with me, Jackie. We could have flour sugar cookies together.
No sugar.
I always just give them to the kids. I'm like, I grab a kid, one of my children, I say, you eat this, and if you don't die, I'll try it.
That's the
Totally
best
did it
reason to
yesterday.
have kids.
It totally is.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, but I just hate to tell you this, Lane. There is sugar in fruit. So therefore the cookie
Okay.
will have sugar in it if there is fruit.
That's fine, but there's still bugs.
Okay. I still
All right, you eat bugs. I'm telling
And
everyone.
you do realize that people are watching this while eating breakfast.
correct.
Hi, Linda.
Okay, we've gotten way off topic here, and it has nothing to do with this query. Overall, I think that we did. Oh, wait, there was another paragraph.
Oh,
Get on the ball, Anne.
Did
Hmm.
we do that one already?
there's
no,
a
we
bio.
already did that. No, I just scrolled. I scrolled. There's no
Oh.
other paragraph. We're good. Yes, no, we're good. So overall, I think that the concept is very interesting. I think you probably have a really good story here. I think that the details probably aren't coming across as good or as well, however you want to say it, as you would want them to. I still would probably look at the pages because I generally always do dive into pages. And I was very interested by the STEM based rom-com. I really do kind of like those. So overall, I mean, it does the job. It gives us some of the basic gist of the story. So I would be curious to know what your experience is so far with querying this.
I would totally read the pages. I mean, I typically do read the pages mostly anyway, but yeah, I would be intrigued enough to take a look at the manuscript.
Lane,
I would pass the manuscript on to Anne because I know Anne likes to read, and for some reason, I've now convinced myself this book has to do with bug cookies.
Yeah, so you would not. Well, that would be horror. Then you might like it.
No, people. My nephew eats chocolate-covered grasshoppers, and I think it's the most disgusting thing ever. But he loves it.
yeah, I don't
C'est
think
la
I could
vie.
eat those. I have respect for anyone who wants to eat those, but I don't think I could do that.
But you'll have cookies made out of bugs. Get it? Okay.
It's a cookie,
Um,
Lane. It's a cookie.
In theory,
Oh.
so if I put together dirt in the shape of a
No,
cookie, does
that's
that
not a
make it a cookie?
No,
Then what makes a cookie a cookie?
that's a great question. We should ask the person that's making that cookbook for you guys.
Well, actually, there is a legal thing, and you can watch all the Supreme Court judges at some point have been asked this question as to whether a hot dog is a sandwich because it was from a real case.
Or a
And
taco.
there's- Right. And there's
Is it
some
a
hilarious
sandwich or a
videos.
taco? I
Yes,
mean,
yes,
yeah.
yep. So, definitional questions can be very important.
What was the decision about a hot dog?
I honestly, the one I'm thinking, the real case I'm thinking of is actually not about whether a hot dog is a sandwich, but there is a contract case that I teach about whether how similar two fast food restaurants are. And there's a description in the contract because it's a non-compete. So there's a description of you can't have a blah, blah, blah within this many feet of this. And the question is whether something is a sandwich shop or not. And can't remember what the holding was, but it's just a contract interpretation case.
It reminds me of that movie. What is it? Coming to America, when it's McDowell's
Yes.
instead of McDonald's. So
That's a
very
trademark issue, though. That's not
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. Well, that is it. That is it for another episode of Quelling Your Query Conundrum. So if you have a query that has a conundrum, send it to us and we will talk about bug cookies and hopefully
maybe the query.
and hopefully we'll help you out in the long run. So make sure you like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. And if you are interested in having us look at your query, I'm not sure why, but if you want us to look at your query, go ahead and email us below and we'll be happy to take a peek at it. So have a good day.